but I wanted to do something a little different. And the best way I guess I could do it was as a live. I would have just recorded it as a video if I could, but I wanted to get it over with, and this just seemed to be the least inconvenient way. Forgive the amounts of coughing that you'll probably hear, but I've been sick for a while and it's a cough that won't go away. That being said, I thought I'd share a little something different with you guys. Some NFL picks. It's something that's I never thought to do on this channel, and I wanted to spice it up a little bit. So here we are, and we've hit week 9 now. Thursday night football has already happened. There was Baltimore destroying the Dolphins. Dolphins doing horrible this season and not any much of a chance. But I thought I would at least pick all the other games, which is still a good amount. Starting with a bunch of these Sunday games. So we got 49ers Giants. It's an interesting thing because obviously Giants kind of, flip flopping a bit, and San Francisco has a lot of injuries. That being said, I feel like if I were to pick between the two, I'd probably have to go with the 49ers just because I feel that they have a better chance of doing it. Just they have the better defense, and even though they're missing people, it's just better chance of winning. It'll probably be relatively close though. Giants are certainly nothing to write off, and Jackson Dart looking great, by the way. So all the luck to him for sure. Next we got Chargers against the Titans. Easiest Chargers pick ever, even if the Chargers are looking so. Tennessee is nothing. Chargers are at least a team. Simple pick. Moving on. Next we got Minnesota and Detroit. I had I had all the confidence picking the Lions. Minnesota certainly is struggling a bit this year, and there's a lot that they definitely need, and missing having Carson Wentz get taken out for the rest of the season, not helping them much. Hopefully JJ can at least do that for them. Beyond that, not so much. I'm trying to find the right lighting here. Excuse me. Hello. People joining. Next we got Atlanta, New England. I very much am going with the Pats on this. It's not usually something I'm proud of, but without how they're doing, I mean, my God, New England looking to probably clear this year. I'll be honest with you. Drake May looks amazing. I did say it back. I said hi. Drake May looking great, and it's just amazing. And I had to show my mom just how how good Drake May was because I am a Browns fan, so all I know is pain. And a couple weeks ago, we had faced them, and I said, "You're gonna see just how much better their team is by comparison." So that's exactly what happened. I don't want to think about that game, but I am happy for New England. They're gonna win over Atlanta. Atlanta very much flip floppy a bit. They're doing their thing, but at least they're maybe they'll come back. I doubt they'll be going anywhere this year. And happy Halloween to you all as well. Apologies for not mentioning that. It's literally Halloween. I didn't think to say that. Next game is Indianapolis and Pittsburgh. What is this? 7-1, right? 7-1 Colts. What is this team? They are something else. I love them. Danny Dimes, the man, the myth, the legend, is kicking ass over there in Indianapolis. And rightfully so, because clearly leaving the Giants brings out the best in any quarterback. And it brought out a lot more than that in his case. It's definitely a game where it's a little bit tougher to pick because obviously Colts are the better team than Pittsburgh, but Pittsburgh aren't a team that you necessarily should sleep on. And Aaron Rodgers obviously doing pretty well. That being said, I'm personally going to go with the Colts. I just feel a bit more confident in them, but it's going to be probably a pretty close game, which is what you want to see. You don't want it. You don't want a boring game, and if anything, what Pittsburgh might lack defensively, they'll definitely make up for offensively. And we know that the Colts will very much do great. And hopefully, so fingers crossed, most of these games are at least worth the watch. Next up is Denver and Houston. This was a hard one to pick. These are two teams that are very flip-floppy. Nobody knows. I didn't know who to pick on this one. This is the hardest pick for me. You got a team like Denver who's had some very very sad wins, but also had a game where they came back in the fourth quarter and destroyed the Giants. And then last week you have Houston, who same thing. It's like this weird, like it's back and forth. Flip a coin. Maybe you'll get it right. Maybe you'll get it wrong. 50-50. I wasn't sure who to pick on this one. I feel like Houston might be the team that this is being favored, but I am going with Denver. I feel more confident in Bo Nix than I do in C.J. Stroud, if I'm being honest. Both teams have nothing going on defensively, but I do think there's a lot more going on with both those teams offensively, and I think that's where I'll kick in. Coming up is Chicago, Cincinnati. So this is the whole thing about, who's going to be our main guy for playing for Cincinnati now, since obviously Joe Burrow still isn't there. And nobody wants to think about Jake Browning. I feel like there's, and obviously with Joe Flacco doing this thing. But personally, I feel like the Bears have more going for them than the Bengals do. And between these two teams, it's hard to say because they're both pretty mediocre at best. There's not much going on either side. And, it's not like I'm going to say that Caleb Williams is better than Joe Flacco. They're arguably on par with each other. That being said, I'm going to pick Chicago in this case. I feel like they have the better chance of winning this game. It's hard to say, but it's gonna be this might be one of the few where this might be one of those boring games. I would not watch this one personally. I have the benefit of not having to watch the Browns fail this week, so that's nice too. Next is Carolina, Green Bay. This is a little more interesting. You got a team like Carolina who's they're 4-4, and they're sort of finding a bit of a rhythm, so to speak. They got good bad moments, but they're 4-4 for a reason. They are not last place in the NFC South, and I'm glad that they're not. I would love to see Carolina in the playoffs. Believe me, it's all about you. You want that variety against Green Bay, who's arguably the better team, and Well, it's a little bit hard to pick on this one. I am a little more confident in picking Green Bay. I think because unlike most, it's these things. Green Bay has Jordan Love. They're confident with that. At Carolina, it's hard to say what will happen, depending on who's playing on their team, and hopefully it's not Andy Dalton. If it's not Andy Dalton, they have a chance. If it is, I think Green Bay's just a guaranteed win at that point. Next is New Orleans and the Rams. Easiest Rams pick ever. Saints don't fucking exist. Next game. Jacksonville, Las Vegas. Um, Again, kind of the same thing. Las Vegas a little more interesting than a team like New Orleans is. Jacksonville kind of riding high for the most part this year. Um, Considering I saw them beat KC and Monday Night Football and all that stuff, I felt good. No, I'm sure Vegas will put up a few points, but Jacksonville will probably win in a kind of nothing game. No issue there. Next up is game of the week, KC Buffalo. Now this is the interesting one. Two teams that are arguably on par with each other, both Buffalo and KC not being dominant forces this year, but both slowly, KC slowly coming back, Buffalo slowly coming back. This was a hard one for me to go for. Normally I'd go for KC because it seems like they'd be the better pick, um, but Buffalo is playing at home, and I'm kind of curious to see what happens, which is why I'm going to go with Buffalo. Um, because I feel like Buffalo would not want to lose at home, and if anything, it will be anything but boring. That's for sure. I'm going with Buffalo on this one. Uh, Even if KC wins, it will still be a close game, and that's what matters. Next up is Sunday Night Football. Probably not a great pick for Sunday Night Football. KC and Buffalo should have been Sunday Night Football, if I'm being honest with you, but it's not. Instead, it's Seattle and Washington. I wouldn't even know who to pick in this one, but I'm gonna go with Seattle because they're just the better team. Washington still has a lot is not showing the what they were last year, and frankly, Seattle is the better looking team. I'm going with Seattle. I pray it's at least a decent game. Probably not, but you never know. Um, here's hoping. Here's hoping at least Washington will at least they're a decent enough team to score, so it'll probably still be close. Still going with Seattle. Feel a little bit better about them. Takes us finally to Monday Night Football. Dun 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 dun. Arizona Dallas, which again a very kind of weak choice for Monday Night Football, but what are you gonna do? Um, Arizona obviously very much barely existing out there, although Kyler Murray having some good throws and some good plays. And Dallas obviously started off really strong this year, and they're kind of on a slight decline. I'm taking Dallas on this one. I think they're gonna. Dallas has a better chance of bouncing back. This is the kind of game where Arizona doesn't have much going on, as much as Dallas does. Dallas has a lot more to prove. Dallas is in a division where they want to. They don't want to be dead last. They want to. They want to be in the playoffs. They want to make a point. And when we're at the middle and we're at the halfway mark, so we want to get this right. um, Dallas, I'm going to take the win, and that will be my week 9 picks. I'll be back I'll be back in a few days to let you know how I did. And of course, I'll see you around, and I'll be back in an hour or so streaming on Twitch, so you can find me on there. Take care, all. You're all. Bye.